Alright folks, so in the last video we gave you a little bit of a glimpse of this truck here that my brother bought. This is a 2016 Peterbilt 357. It has a 18-speed ultra shift transmission in it. And yesterday morning I took this to the field and I did some video of our trip to the field. It was more or less its maiden voyage here, hooked to the Aulick trailer. The video starts off in the dark. The first part of the video, I can't even use it. It's all in the dark. You guys can't see anything. I ended up stopping in at the diner. The rest of the video, the sun had started to come up and I actually have some actual natural daylight. But I stopped at the diner on my way to the field yesterday morning. Had breakfast with Jerry and Jim. I usually go to the diner on Wednesday mornings if I can make it there, and then of course on Sunday mornings as well. So the rest of this video is just going to be kind of a drive along with this truck, give you somewhat of our first experience with a ultra shift truck. We kind of showed you this truck here in the last video. This truck is real nice. It has an ultra shift transmission. It's more or less an automatic. It's a standard transmission, but it's auto shifted, no clutch pedal. What it has is a push button shifter here. You got neutral, drive, reverse, and then I'll kind of explain things as we go along in the rest of the video here. But this is our first Peterbilt truck that we've owned. Now the parent company that owns Peterbilt, Petercar, they make Kenworth and Peterbilt, so they're basically the same truck. It's kind of like comparing a GMC to a Chevy. So we'll roll into the rest of the video. I'm just waiting for a truck to get here now. We've got just a little bit left here. We're getting a little bit of a drizzle and rain shower here, and we're waiting for Sarge to pull in. So we'll take you for a little ride here, and we'll catch you at the end of the video. I need to get this thing tarped, like right now. It's kind of doing the shifting thing pretty good here. As we're descending down this hill, I've got my foot off the pedal, and it's using the Jake brake and it's downshifting at the same time. Rolling right along, just shy of 35 miles an hour. The trailer must be triggering the ABS light on the truck. Back off the pedal. Jake brake engaged, and it downshifted one gear. Back on the pedal, and it's upshifted. Now we're getting ready to go through 13 curves, so we'll see how that is. Just upshifted a couple times there. Alright, we have a little bit of daylight here now. That's going right up through the gears. And 14th gear there, it says it right on, I didn't notice that earlier, but it says it right on the instrument panel. And 15th gear, I don't know if it'll switch up to, there's 16 there. We got a red light up here and we're just kind of letting the truck slow down, and it's shifting down right there on the dash. I wasn't paying attention to that earlier. I don't know what gear it's going to take off in. I guess we're going to take off in second. Shifting nice and smoothly up through the gears. So earlier I didn't realize it, but I had the actual ABS turned off. There's a switch right here. That's why the ABS light was on. And what that would enable you to do is it would allow the engine to be able to rev up if you're in, you know, in an area where you need a little more get up and go. You know, whether it's slippery or if you're on snow or ice or something like that. Some of these vehicles that have traction control, and it goes for the, you know, big trucks like this too. Once you start spinning the wheels, it only allows so many engine RPMs. And on this, it has a switch to turn the ABS off. If you don't have a switch to turn your ABS off, or to turn traction control off, what you can do is unplug one of your ABS wheel sensors, and that'll allow you to be able to spin the tires a little faster than the 2 or 3 miles an hour that it limits you to. So we're almost to the field now. We'll be able to pull up alongside the field, and we have the combine is loaded, and the grain buggy has a load on it as well. Then we'll have to combine a couple more bins to finish this trailer load out for my brother, and then he's going to take this load in as soon as we get it loaded. It aggressively downshifts, and I think that might be because of the setting that I have the Jake brake on. But that was kind of a nice smooth corner right there. Kind of had a downhill We ascended downhill a little bit and made a pretty good sharp turn. And then of course we have to ascend back up this little bit of a hill here. And it's kind of nice, allows me to hold the camera and I don't need to have to shift with my other hand here. So we'll pull up to the field. The field's right up here on our right. And we'll get the combine and the grain buggy offloaded here. See that we have somewhat of a mud mess here. So we've got kind of a nice little spot here to get the trucks and stuff off, on and off the road. And it allows us to be able to get things loaded up here safely. I've got some cars behind me and I need to reposition this a little better. So I'm going to put you guys down. Alright, we're going to make our way to the combine. We got to waddle through this mud here. It's right around that 32, 33 degree temperature. The ground is a touch crusty, not much though. All right, we're getting ready to pull up and offload. We could put 5 combine dumps on this trailer. And we'll put the first one right up front. Getting my iPad dialed in here. I gotta select the field. So we're just making our first pass here today. It looks like we're gonna have real good weather. We're shelling corn. Yesterday was decent. Today is Wednesday. Monday, we forced the combine. We shouldn't have been combining, but I did anyways. Brought the big compressor over here so that we could blow the screens out every so often. And once I would start to lose some corn, there's some on the ground right there, I would run over to the truck or over to the compressor, blow the sieves out, and then we'd go back at it again. It was raining, and then towards the last part of the day, it ended up starting to snow a little bit, and then we had some snow overnight. I came over yesterday morning to blow the combine off and to blow the sieves out, you know, to blow the whole inside of the combine out completely. And I had a little bit of a vibration noise Monday night. I didn't know exactly what it was. I looked all over the combine several times. I've got the seat hot wired now so that I can run the combine. Usually you can just run the separator, and then once you get up out of the seat, if you have the head on or if you have the unloading auger unloading, it shuts down. So I had that hot wired so I could get out and walk around the combine to see if I could see what the heck was going on, and I couldn't find nothing out of the ordinary. No bearings were out of whack or anything like that I could see. So I figured that, you know, maybe what it is, and I've got a row of shame there left. That's because I don't count rows when I split the field. So I blew the combine off completely yesterday, and then I dove into it a little deeper, and lo and behold, I found a bearing gone. I thought that the vibration could have possibly been coming from the sieves being loaded up with crap and things just out of whack from forcing the combine the day before the combine during wet conditions, because you really shouldn't be doing that, but I was forcing it anyway. So like I was saying, I did find a bearing gone, and the thing is, it wasn't making the vibration, it wasn't making that noise all the time. Therefore that led me to believe that it was just something out of whack from the sieves, you know, everything being loaded up with crap. So what I had wrong was the bearing on the top tailings auger, which is right under the floor. The tailings elevator's on the left-hand side of the combine, and that brings up some dirty corn that was shelled, drops it in the top of the rotor, or the top of the concave or whatever, and then it goes back through the combine. Well, there's a little short auger that runs from about where the step is here down under my feet, and it dumps in the center of the combine about right where the steering wheel column is. So that bearing on this right hand side was gone, and we had no other damage. There wasn't anything wrong with the auger shaft or anything like that, so we ended up having to take the combine home. I didn't film anything just because I was just trying to get the combine back together as soon as I could. Sarah went and got the parts that we needed, and she was back before I was ready to put them in. It was just a simple couple of bearings to replace. The hardest part of the job was putting the carriage bolts back in the triangular flange. We had to put the bolts in with magnets, and it was a little bit of a mongrel, so I need both hands obviously to set the row here. Trying to shoot video and drive combine. So we're just gonna keep at it here. Sarah's here right now. She's offloading onto the trailer, and then she's gonna come over and get a couple of bins off the combine, and we'll send my brother on his way. Alright, we are actually into the following day. So it's day number 2 of using the Peterbilt on the all-electric trailer, and you can just barely see it way down there. We're waiting for Sarah to get up to us because we're loaded, and I figured I would show you the bearing that went on this combine. Now we've got the tailings elevators on this left-hand side. That takes stuff off of the screens. The stuff that makes it back through the screens in the back of the combine works its way over to the tailings elevator. The tailings elevator brings it up this left-hand side here, dumps it into a little tiny hopper, and then there's the tailings auger that runs it over, and it drops it down into, well, just in behind the feeder house chain and in front of the rotor. So let me get this unloading and we'll show you where that bearing is placed. So we got that unloading there, and this bearing is up underneath the floor of the combine, and it sits in right there. Now, I had a lot of garbage up on top of the feeder house here, therefore I could not see that bearing when I would get out and look at things to see if we had any issues. I kind of thought it was going to be something off of either side of the combine, and it would make the noise when the head was off, so I could run this. I knew it was nothing right in this general area. But the way they have that bearing put on there, they have that bearing put on from the inside. Therefore, you have to feed the bolts up in from the bottom. Take this plate out here, and you got to kind of work around that shaft. And it was a little bit of a mongrel to get those bolts in there, but we managed to get it done. On this left-hand side, there was just enough of a slit in there to screw the auger out through the hole. So I don't know if Sarah wants to say hello or not, but we started shelling corn at 4 o'clock this morning. It's about 10 right now. They said we were going to be getting rained out here, but by 10, and it hasn't started raining yet. We've got about 12 acres left here, and that'll get this farm here done. So how you making out? You need any coffee? No. You don't need any coffee? Nice getting up on these early mornings, huh? Just hammer down. What do you got left to put on that trailer? This one and one more? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Are you going to be able to get that other truck, or you got to move that? You're going to have to move the one that Alex brought? Okay. Well, I better get back to the combine. Alright, folks, so that is going to do it for this video. Oh, we're unloaded. So, take it easy. We'll catch you at the next one.